The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I'm excited to be connecting in with you as we focus in on balance and alignment, how being in balance, discovering our alignment can really help us shine. And I always like to refresh what I mean by shine. So shine is really sharing with the world your gifts, your talents, your ability, the way that you're made. So you're showing up in life exactly how you are, and you're sharing that with another. That's how we make the world a brighter, powerful place, is being willing to share us. And I was at a conference this last week, and the one message I just kept having on my heart over and over and over as I was connecting with people is reminding them that what the world needs is more of them. So what the world needs is more of you and being willing to share who you are. So not getting caught up in the to-dos or the rhythm of life, but really being present and purposeful in what you're saying yes to, what you're saying no to, and what you're willing to share. Because each of you are uniquely and wonderfully made on purpose and for a purpose. So let's take a moment to breathe that in together. That reminder. Good. Wonderful. And I want you to take a moment in silence here and just think back over the past week. How have you been showing up, sharing just a little bit more of you? Just take a minute and just kind of do a check-in and see. Just see kind of what is coming up. If you look back, were you really present? Were you sharing the uniqueness of who you are? And if not, thinking, is there a way you can share just a little bit more of who you are? That's one of the biggest gifts that you can give the world. But it's important as we're out there, as we're shining, as we're sharing more of who we are, that we're remaining balanced, energized. We're in alignment with who we are. We're not putting ourselves in situations where we're running on empty and being depleted, but really being able to share powerfully who we are. So I want to encourage you as we share with you today. I have amazing experts that are joining me, and they're going to share from a transformational, a conscious, a empowerment, and deep level how to do this, how to really find your balance, be in alignment, and share that forward, echo that out into the world. Because when we're balanced, when we're in alignment, I believe we actually do shine. We are able to have a powerful impact by being who we are out in the world. Here's the other thing that was really laid on my heart as I was getting ready for today and thinking about our conversation. It's so often we let people add things to our commitments. I believe we have this plate. It's 24 hours. We get a new one every day. We have 24 hours, this plate. And what are we allowing to be put on that? Are we remembering to keep ourselves in the center so we're not rolling off? If any of you have gone to the smorgasbords or picnics or your gatherings where people are bringing all their specialty dishes. If you've ever been to an event like that and you see this table with all of these wonderful things, and usually they start with a salad. And if you're like me, I start with the salad. Every once in a while, I get brave and I go to the dessert section first and I put that in the center because I like dessert. But when I'm going with the flow, I will typically start at the salad area or the vegetables and I'll put those on. But I'm trying to guess what's ahead, what's down at the end of the line that may be wonderful. So as I'm saying yes and trying different dishes and tasting, not tasting yet, but putting different things on my plate, it gets full. And I start adding less and less of other things as I go down the line because I want to make sure I still have that center space for dessert or something just amazing that I haven't seen yet that's coming down the line. But inevitably, I can overfill the plate and there's things rolling off. The cucumbers are rolling off, the olives are rolling off. And that's what happens in our life. When we let that plate get too full, we forget you can actually take something off the plate and make room for that which is coming, or that which is very important that you are asked to have in the center, or you want to have in the center. You want to make sure that you have room on your plate. So it's really important that you review your plate periodically to make sure what's on it is what matters to you. That you put it there. You didn't let someone else put something there. That you're guarding your plate, you're guarding your time, your energy, your resources, so that it continues to help you move forward on the things that matter most to you. And it's really important to put yourself in the center. Because if you're not, you could roll off the plate. Your self-care, things that you need to keep you strong and sustained can roll off the plate. So we have to be very mindful about how we're building each day and what we're saying yes to and what we're saying no to. So I want you to think about that as we go through our conversation today. Take a look at your plate. See what's on there. And is there something you need to take off? We're going to make this a full interactive time together, which means real time. You can take stuff off your plate. You can add stuff on while we're talking. We have these amazing things called commercial breaks. They're 2-minute moments, and those are actually just for you. Those are times for you to stay present and process real time. So let's take a breath to kind of open our space up. Be willing to receive, to be poured into, to be open to what is here for you today. And actually, with that, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Actually, before you do that, those of you who are driving, please keep your eyes open. Stay safe, alert, just inwardly tuning in. But those of you who are able to, sit back in your chair. I just want to be clear. Sit back in your chair. Feel it supporting you. Then close your eyes. Take a deep breath, fill in your belly. Breathing out through your mouth like through a straw. Breathing in through your nose. See how big you can make that belly. And out through your mouth. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Beautiful. Keep breathing. This kind of breathing actually will lower your cortisol level, bring your stress down, and help you be very present. In the hand on the heart and the head, we're bringing all of you in and connecting with you. In that space, I want you to think about, what is it that you need? What is it that will help you be in balance, in alignment, fully supported? What is it that you need to to help you look at that plate, review what's on your plate, help you be in alignment and balanced. What is it you need? And are willing to receive. Those are two different questions. What is it that you need? Breathe that in and are willing to receive. And just see what you discover. Sometimes it'll be a picture, phrase, information, a reminder. There's all different ways we receive information. What is it that you need and are willing to receive? Go ahead, come back into the room, fully present, eyes open, deep breath. Wonderful. And I invite you to write it down. Write down what it is that was laid on your heart that you need and are willing to receive. It's so easy to forget and get distracted and get back into the hustle and bustle of life and put things on your to-do list that someday you'll get to. But if you can, in fact, real time, deeply take that in, you receive that information, write it down, keep it top of mind. And as you read what you're writing or capturing, be on the lookout, be looking and ready to receive real time what it is that you need. Be open to the form it may come in. Beautiful. Take a breath again. And we're going to go around the room and ask our amazing experts what was laid on their heart. And they're just going to share about 30 seconds. I want you to tune in, listen in, and see if you find that heartbeat alignment. So, Kimberly, did you have something laid upon your heart?
I did. What was laid upon my heart was to keep it simple. It's not something that you have to do for 2 hours, meditate for 2 hours, or go on a retreat, or, those type of things, which are both wonderful, but keep it simple. It could be as easy as what you just led us through. It could be easy as just jotting down 5 things you're grateful for. Just keep it simple.
Beautiful. I love that. Keep it simple. I'm very good at making things complicated. So beautiful. Keep it simple. Wonderful, wonderful reminder. Thank you. And Dr. Theresa, did you have something laid on your heart?
Yeah, I guess it was just wanting to feel that reminder that with all information out there, including all of us, to remind people that they really have the answers that they're seeking in their lives within them, and that to trust themselves. It was just a sort of a reminder that you trusting in your own self and your own self-awareness, what you need, and trusting that.
Beautiful. Thank you. You're absolutely right. We can forget to listen. We can forget to trust ourselves. A beautiful reminder. Thank you. And listeners, I just really felt a connection being present. I'm excited to be here with all of you. And these are great reminders to keep it simple, that trust that information that we're receiving, trust our intuition, our gut, trust what we know, what we feel, and lean into that. And we're getting ready to transition here into our next commercial break, our first commercial break, I should say. And I mentioned earlier that that's an opportunity for you to stay present. Resist the urge to cross things off your list. Be very present. Allow what was shared in this opening segment, what was being poured into you and that you received, to process. And just give yourself that space, that gift to receive, be present, and go deeper during these next 2 minutes. And when we come back, we'll be tapping into some amazing wisdom and experts in helping us be balanced and aligned. We look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
For women, the pressure to achieve is stronger, the work hours longer, and the struggle for respect and authority more complex than ever. You want guidance on how to succeed, and you are not alone. You're invited to take your coffee break with Game Changers on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern for our special series, Game Changing Women. Powerful women leaders will help you make sense of it all, analyze how you can change the game, and share their playbooks. Game Changing Women, presented by SAP on the Business Channel.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you really took the opportunity to be present. Breathe deeply and enjoy those 2 minutes. And this is a practice you can build into your life. I found it made a huge shift in mine when I was willing to 2 minutes at a time pause, breathe, and think about and choose who I wanted to be with my next breath. What was on purpose for me? What did I want to choose to be doing and be 2 minutes at a time? So I encourage you to build that practice into your life. But I promised when you came back, we would be tapping into the amazing wisdom of one of our experts. So we're going to really talk with our amazing Kimberly Tobin. And I wanted to share a little bit about her formally. You heard from her heart as she shared earlier about keeping it simple. So it's so easy to make things more complicated than they need to be. And that can be a way that we hide, actually. So I loved her reminder about keeping it simple. But let me formally introduce Kimberly. And I sometimes call her Kim. So it's the same person if you hear me going back and forth. So Kimberly Tobin is a life coach, soon to be amazing radio show host on our women's channel. So we're excited to have her joining us, and a speaker who is passionate about helping women see opportunities that are just in front of them that they can sometimes miss. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Kimberly Tobin to the show. Welcome.
Thank you so much. What a warm welcome. I'm so grateful to be here.
You are very welcome. We celebrate you and are excited to have you joining us. I hope you felt, and listeners too, my hands were up and I was celebrating, bringing you in. So welcome.
I could feel it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, I would love for you to share a little bit with us about why. Why is this work about helping women in particular see opportunities they seem to be missing sometimes that are just in front of them? Why is that work so personally important to you?
It's so important to me because when we have our blinders on and we're doing our day-to-day stuff and being the super women that we are, it's easy to be disconnected spiritually. And when you get disconnected spiritually, you kind of lose yourself. And it reminds me of like when the airplane, it's always cracked me up as a parent, you're supposed to take the mask first and then help your child. And I never understood that. I'm like, oh, no, I got to help my child first. But then when you realize you really do have to help yourself first, you can't pour out of an empty jar. You just have to fill yourself up in order to serve others. And I so believe that we're all here to serve, but there's so many of us that are empty, and we don't know what's in front of us, and we can't tell the choices that we do have.
Oh, and if we could, what a difference it would make for our life. So I love and celebrate and thank you for the work that you do in helping us. And I also am encouraged that it's right in front of us. Like, we don't have to go out there looking and make it really hard. But if we can be present a little bit more, we can start to understand those opportunities that are right in front of us. So I love that. Oh, do you mind sharing a little bit about what alignment means to you? And because we're talking about balance and alignment today, so what alignment means to you, and how does journaling fit into that?
Well, alignment is being in balance to me, and what that means as well is being really me, not some title that I have, not mom, not, life coach, not, just truly being me and allowing the divine to flow through and be in service. It's hard to be in service when you're out of balance or out of alignment. When you are out of alignment, you witness drama, stress, everything seems to be going wrong, and then you forget it's easy to forget, I should say, the gratitude, the things to be grateful for that are all around you. And I do feel that journaling is very important with that. Now, when I say journaling, I don't mean write a whole book. To me, an empty notebook is very intimidating. So one of the things I've done is taken like a calendar that has a space, 3 or 4 lines per day, and then I'm not so intimidated, and I can put, saw some beautiful flowers today, the breeze was beautiful today, things like that, again, keeping it simple to remind me that there are many, many things to be grateful for.
I like that because it also, one, makes it simple where it's not so intimidating, but it also encourages, from what you were sharing, just a couple examples, to be very present. And I know that always was really difficult for me. I was very good at living in the future. Some people are really good at living in the past. My tendency can be to live in the future and be planning in the next thing and what we're building and growing. And that feels just as real to me as today, but I can miss today sometimes. So being able to be very present and having something like that, I know for myself, makes such a big difference because I can actually see the flowers. I can breathe in the beautiful air and be in alignment and really be here, not somewhere else in mind, body, and spirit. Oh, I like that. And I think that's a great tip on how to make it not so intimidating, because those big notebooks can be a little, they can bring up a block. So that's great. Oh, any other suggestions you might have for those that might feel a little intimidated by journaling, or they're like, oh, that just feels like work to me? Any other tips or suggestions around that?
There are a couple things that you can do that if writing is hard for you, hard to get started. One of the things I do as well is I start writing as I don't know what I'm supposed to be writing. I don't know what it's silly, but it puts me in that space to write. But another thing I've done is just take my phone and record my thoughts. That makes it super, because we all have our phones, and it could be a couple seconds, it could be a minute, it could be just as much as we're taking pictures. we could be recording how we're feeling as well.
Beautiful. I love that. And I think finding a way that works how you're wired to be present and reflect on things is great. We don't have to make it so hard, or there's only one way to do it. So I like that suggestion and idea. And what about, so if we're journaling and we're focusing on gratitude, or we're focusing on what we're even observing, or maybe I don't know what to write, there can be things that drain us or distract us. Would you share a little bit about that? I know you call this energy vampires. So what are those, and why is it important that we be aware of them, especially this time of year?
Well, they're what I consider energy vampires, and I'm not saying that they're doing this on purpose, but have you ever been around that person you're just so drawn to? They're magnetic, they're energetic, they have an upbeat attitude, and just the way they see the world. Those kind of people, when you're in a balance and when you're shining your light, they attract people that are energy suckers. What I call vampires, energy vampires. It's easy to be caught up in a negative conversation. And if you're upbeat and aligned and people are drawn to you, they want to unconsciously sometimes bring you down to their level of their negativity, and it's super easy to get drawn down to that. It doesn't matter if you're going into a grocery store, if you're going into the post office, if you're going into your office. There are many ways, and as soon as you're aware of that and set your intention that you're going to stay in your alignment, it makes a lot of difference. Intention is everything.
Beautiful. And I think you're absolutely right, because things are, people, energy, especially those who perhaps are struggling, can be drawn to the light, can be drawn to that joy, that alignment, that shining. And it is important that you're aware of that and do have those boundaries. So it's not pushing them away, but there's a line, and sending them love, and just being on guard with yourself about not having your energy or your inner dialogue turn to negative space. Is that correct? That's kind of what I'm hearing from you.
That's exactly it. It definitely is. And there may be situations you don't have any control of, and you do feel for the person. And, there are people that are going through some tough things. And in order for myself not to be drugged down that drama with them, I set an intention to send them love. Even there's sometimes that I don't feel like I particularly share love with this person. I'll call in God and say, okay, well, I don't feel like I'm loving very much, but please send them love, because they really need it right now.
And you don't have to do it alone. I'm hearing that too. But you can tap in and get support. Beautiful. Well, and I know along these lines you have an amazing gift, and I'd love to give you an opportunity to share a little bit about that. And I'll let the listeners know. So listeners, rest assured, I will let you know how to receive this gift, but I wanted her to describe it to you. Well, we're going to make that a cliffhanger then. So Kimberly has an amazing gift that she's going to be sharing with you a little bit later on that will support you on these things. And towards the end of the show, I will let you know how to tap in and access that gift. So what I'd love for you to do as we move into our commercial break here, remember those 2 minutes just for you, I invite you to really sink in to, and I don't even like sinking because it's kind of a downward motion. I would like you to plug in to your alignment and really see what's going on there. And have you remembered to celebrate something today, to be thankful for something today? I invite you to kind of tap into that and reflect on that, because that's really key to keeping our balance, is remembering to celebrate and find those amazing things in our life, because they're all around us. So let's breathe that in. Wonderful. Enjoy these next 2 minutes, and when we come back, we will be having an additional, deeper conversation tying into balance from another perspective. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel. Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes and perhaps you even journaled a little as you were reflecting on what you're grateful for and being present and processing what was being shared both from us as well as within you, what was being shared with you, that you can process real time with us together. This is a living and breathing interaction that we're honored to be in this space and time with you. Well, I mentioned we would be coming back and continuing to deepen, because every layer we add into a conversation deepens this focus of balance and alignment, which is necessary for us to shine both from the inside out into the world. So as we talk to our next expert, I wanted to make sure you had a little bit of her background in case you didn't get a chance to read about her on the sites and the promotional things that we've done. I wanted to give you a snapshot of our next expert. So Dr. Theresa Havel is a conscious spiritual leader, the founder of the Conscious Living Foundation, speaker and author, and there's a book she's recently published she's going to share about briefly as well. And she is passionate about women's empowerment and personal spiritual development. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Theresa Havel to the show. Arms up. We are excited to welcome you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
You're very, very welcome. Excited to have you. And I'd love to start our conversation with why. That's my favorite question. Because why is this work about empowering women and personal spiritual development? Why is that personally so important to you?
I really believe from my heart and my experience, over the last 5 years, I had a huge transition in my own life, and I heard you earlier speaking to Kim about, imbalance, and also, this idea that we're running on the wheel of life and we're not engaged and we're not connected. And one of the reasons I feel so strongly about our empowerment is because I think that we've been conditioned, and we live in a world at unconscious levels at some point where we're not paying attention to the messages that come into our mind. And as a psychologist, I spent many years working on that, but as I start to recognize the things that were going on in my own life, I really woke up to the idea that, we're sort of giving our power away. Every time that we blame somebody, every time that we put something outside of ourselves, guilting or feeling that we don't have a choice, every time that we let go in every moment of our consciousness to someone else, it takes away our own power. And when we take responsibility fully for our mind, our body, our soul, our emotions, our thoughts, and our deeds, every moment we own our own individual divine power within, and our spiritual nature is connection to all life. And that's part of who I am. That's part of the life that I live. And it's critical for us to recognize that we're so much more than what we've been told, I think, by the world. And breaking away from that perception.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a moment because you said so many amazing things there. And can I have you highlight again? I want you to say again, every time we blame, that sentence that you shared, we're giving our power away. It was so powerful. Listeners, I want you to lean in and hear this. Really powerful.
When we're in a situation that is presented to us and we blame others for whatever's happening in our world, our world, and everything. And that's the part that's hard for us to accept. When we understand that we're powerfully creating our own world and our reality, and that we have a choice, that we stop blaming others for our emotions, blaming others for our choices, blaming others for our reality, for our life, and we put that onus of responsibility and power within, we can then accept our own power. Because when you put it on someone else, you give it away. You make it, I can't do anything then. And we engage in what I call, and I wrote about, is a victim consciousness. And this is an archetype inside of our consciousness, inside of our mind. And we need to break out of that. We're not victims of circumstances. Yes. We are powerful beings. Women are powerful energies on this planet.
Beautiful. So we need to stop having that victim mentality, choose not to, and stop giving our power away. So listeners, I just want you to let that sink in for a moment. You are so powerful, have so much choice right in front of you every step of the way. And I want to just move us into the conversation about balance, because to me this ties into balance really powerfully. So would you mind describing just briefly how you describe balance? Because I know we have lots of great things to talk about here today. So how you describe balance, and why is that important in someone's life?
I think that balance is a myth. In my experience, in my own nature, and what I've discovered, I feel that balance is something that we take for granted and we don't always necessarily understand. I think that balance is not on the outside of us. And that's a misperception. We think, well, I need to balance like my work life and like my schedule with my kids, and then I need to balance that. That's not where balance comes from. Your inner world is the balance, and we are so afraid of going inside to see what's going on inside of our being, our soul, our wholeness, that the pieces of us that are out of balance need healing. They need to be seen. They need to be healed. They need to be discovered and loved. And Beautiful. When we balance our inner, our outer world is miraculous. it is miracle-ish, and it will align for you in the most miraculous ways that are possible.
Wonderful.
That's
so
what
listeners,
balance is.
I love that because it's really balancing from the inside out, which is again giving us that power, that control, and that choice. That it's an inside game. It's from the inside out that we can have that. We can create that balance. We can make choices that do that and shine from the inside out. And how can someone, and you said a couple of these things, so in about 30 seconds, do you have just a couple ways that we can recognize that we're out of balance so that we start to have that awareness?
I think that for most people that are not aware of looking inside, it starts with uncomfortability in the body. You're going to notice tension. You're going to notice physical symptoms. You're going to notice headache. You're going to notice imbalance in your mood. You might be tearful. You might be irritable. Those are all really like red flags that your body is undergoing stress, and your body is responding to your emotional energy in your mind. So if you're not paying attention to the emotional energy in your mind, your body's going to manifest it. It's going to be physical. And then you start to go, what's going on inside my head? What am I thinking about right now? What's happening? And it's that moment, those pauses, Rebecca, that you talk about, of pausing. Where am I? Is this purposeful? Is this a thought that's strengthening me? Or is this a thought that's weakening me? That's a very easy, simple way. Is this strengthening me, or is this not? And the choice is very simple in that moment.
Thank you. I think that's a really, really great direction and something to start connecting when we're seeing on the outside some of these things that we're perhaps not wanting or are creating tension, etc., or echoed out even in things and relationships and such that are happening, feeling like they're happening to us, that if we can start thinking at a thought level, feeling into that, is this strengthening me or is this not strengthening me or weakening me? Choosing what we're going to embrace. Well, our time is going quickly. To give you an opportunity to share about your amazing gift, and all of us know how to find it.
What I wanted to share with your audience and what I wanted to give them was something that I created for my heart. I created a series, a hypnosis series, meditation, visualization series that are designed to really go through a number of things. And I believe that I gave 2 of those to you. And they're really about overcoming fear, anxiety. They're really about overcoming some of their thought processes at a subconscious level. And hypnosis for some people seems like a little weird word. They don't understand it. But it is meditation at a very deeper level. And it's all about you relaxing your body into your mind so that these processes in your mind can be cleared away and can be healed.
Perfect. And so this gift, these meditations, will help guide them in doing that very thing. So that's beautiful. Thank you for making that generous gift available. I appreciate that. And listeners, as we shift into our next commercial break here, I want you to really sit with what has been spoken into your heart and spirit as we've sat here, that powerful shift of it's not out there, it's inside, it's not others, I have choice is huge. And I want to give you space and time to process that. I'm going to let you know how to access Dr. Theresa's amazing gift, as well as Kim's going to share about her gift as well, and I'll let you know where to access both of those. But right now, I want you to pause, breathe, and give yourself space and time to really, over these next 2 minutes, process what's been shared throughout the show that is serving you deeply. Let's really give you time to integrate that. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes and really gave yourself the opportunity to breathe and process and be present and see what was laid on your heart, from the gratefulness and things to celebrate today to perhaps there are some areas that I am passing, giving away my power that I can take back. These are really good things to recognize, not with judgment or criticism, but awareness. That's where it starts. And how can we start shifting that to be more in our power, more in alignment, and really shine from the inside out into the world? So I encourage you throughout today, as that information comes to you, to allow yourself a moment to integrate it and let that become part of you, and choose to put on your plate. Choose to say yes to those things and those thoughts and those way of being that strengthen you, that help you be more of who you are and less of what you're not. Let's breathe that in. And we had a bit of a cliffhanger earlier in the show. It's always interesting when you're doing a live show, there can be technology things that happen. And so we didn't get an opportunity to have Kimberly share about her gifts. I wanted to give her an opportunity, and then I will let you know how to access both her amazing gift and Dr. Theresa's. So, Kim, do you mind sharing just a little bit about your amazing gift?
Thank you. I'd love to. Actually, it's an ebook, and it's called From Fear to Fabulous. There are so many things out there that some programs and that are lengthy and very, very valuable. This is a simple, not necessarily easy, but a simple step-by-step way to work through your fears, to actually acknowledge them and work through them. And by doing so, you will release a lot of the built-up energy, trauma, drama, and be able to be in more alignment and balance and be who you really are.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. And I love the title, Fear to Fabulous. That just has such a beautiful, powerful energy to it. So wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for making that available. Now, listeners, we have our guests. We give them an opportunity to lean into all of you. I want you to have the same access, tools, and resources to the experts like I do. This is a way we do it. And our guests are so generous. They lean in and they give you these valuable gifts as their gift to you. They want to walk beside you. They want to support you on your journey. And so I want to encourage you to lean into both of these gifts to powerfully support you. And I love that it's giving you a multimedia experience. So we've got the book that you can refer to, the ebook, as well as we have these guided meditations and audio to support you as well. So really powerful package to help you be in alignment, be balanced, move from fear, move into your powerful place to shine from the inside out. So here's how you access these gifts. You go to radiogifts.net, and that's with an S, it's plural because there's multiple gifts. Radiogifts.net, a net full of gifts. Scroll down to today's date, which is August 8th. You will see the description of each gift, the beautiful picture of our amazing guests, and you can click on as many as you would like. You put in your name and your email address so we can stay in touch, and then you will also do that again for them so they can send you the gift and stay connected with you. Well, I invite you to lean in, peruse the gift list. We have a lot of resources to support you, and be willing to say yes to all of those that will help you move forward powerfully. You have that choice. You have the powerful ability to lean in and say yes to those things that will help you move forward powerfully. Finding your balance, stepping into your alignment, and again, shining out into the world, sharing the gift of who you are. And to further support you in that journey, I've invited each of our guests to just share a quick tip or thought or suggestion to help just get started as we send you back out into the world from this amazing time of connection, that you have some things that you can take with you that can help you move forward powerfully. So Dr. Theresa, what was on your heart that you wanted to give this quick tip or reminder for them?
I just wanted to remind individuals that, changing something outside of themselves is really about something in. So if something outside in your outer world isn't working, reflect inside. And what inside of you needs to be healed? What inside of you is really asking for the love it needs, for the attention, for the care that we need to give ourselves.
Beautiful. And I love that it's kind of this mirror that can help us if we see something in the outside looking within, and that we have that power to provide love, healing, and support. Beautiful. Thank you. And Kimberly, did you have something on your heart to share?
I did. It goes back to just, keeping it simple. It doesn't have to be a big, massive undergoing, one little bitty step at a time. But one of the easiest ways for me to do that is mimic Mother Nature. I mean, she is the best balancer there is. And whether that's being outside and taking a hike, if you have that opportunity, to having a plant on your desk or in your home, or if you can't do that, get a picture. Just something that connects you to the nature. And that is the best for me and my clients, the best and easiest way to remind us to be in balance and get in balance.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing. And I've recently been growing and planting things, so it takes on a new meaning to me as I enjoy the wonder of that and the connection. So beautiful. Beautiful. And listeners, what was laid on my heart as we were sharing and having this conversation together is to remember to allow yourself time to be present, to be still. And just a tip or an idea to help, because I can make things complicated. I can get in my head and I can try to figure things out. And what helps me tap into other parts of me is I actually will write a question with my dominant hand. I happen to be right-handed, so I will write a question. And then I will actually put the pen in the other hand, and that taps into the opposite part of my brain, the opposite part of me, to tap into that wisdom for the answer. And I find that calms my brain. It helps me tap into wisdom and the information I didn't know I had. And it helps me stay present and open to learn. Not that I just know what I know, but really open to discover new things I didn't know that I know. So I encourage you to find some tips in what we've shared with you today and start applying them in your life. And as we go back out into the world, I want to remind you of a few things. You are beautifully and wonderfully made, far more powerful than you know, by being who you are. That's what the world needs, is more of you. Be willing to be in balance. Be willing to be in alignment so they can experience, you can experience, and the world around you can experience you fully. That is a huge gift to the world. That's how we can shine powerfully out in the world. And I just want to remind you of some of the resources we have to support you. So we have these gifts that we shared with you. We also have our television network with shows and experts also leaning in to support you too. And you can find that at RHG, my initials, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, tvnetwork.com, rhgtvnetwork.com. We want to support you in a multimedia way. So if you enjoyed this show, I want to encourage you to add that to your life in supporting and feeding into you too. We built it to help equip and empower you, just like we built this show. Oh, as you go back out to the world, lean into those things that will support you. Be willing to share the gift of who you are with the world. And wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always be willing to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.